Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. This one we're going to go over how to do some projection mapping. So we're going to do kind of like a movie theater setup. I just have a really basic scene, just a cube and a plane, and as you can see I think I have the same glossy material on both of them. And for the environment, I don't have anything in the environment. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add in a plane. Move it up a little bit, move it back. And this is going to be our cinema projector. Think of it like that. So what we're going to do is add a new material, make it diffuse, and then we want to add a black body emission. Plug that into emission. Then we're going to want an image texture. So image texture, plug that into the distribution. And that's fine for now. So what we're going to do is, I just went out and I Googled TV screen image and I got this. This one I made in Photoshop. I'll show you that one later. This one here is based off of a tutorial that I had seen. But I was already working on getting this, so I figured may as well combine them. All right, so we'll add that in. And if we hit render, it's probably gonna be the wrong way. Yeah, so it's the wrong way. So RZ 180. And now we have this projection. But if you look, it's not really mapped correctly. And what I found works is a perspective projection, and set this to object space. Go in projection, or was it IES space? No, it wasn't IES. It was projection or object. The IES, I was a little confused. I've been working on IES lighting in here, and it's been a lot of fun, let me tell you. Okay, so here, but this isn't what we wanted, because when you're in a movie theater, the screen isn't projected all the way across to everybody. It's pretty much shot out right here, kind of like a cone. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a 2D transform, plug that in here, and then what we can do is we can start scaling it. Here, first let's turn on keep instance power. Put this to like 0.1. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Let me see. It should be shortening its throw here. Let me stop it and start it again. Oh, because I'm dumb. It's on wraparound. We need this set to black color. So if your image texture is a PNG and it doesn't have anything else around the main image, set it to black color, and then you can scale it. So there, now I have it on my screen, but it looks super blurry, right? In order to fix that, you just scale this down in place. And as you can see, it starts getting super sharp, which is kind of cool. If for some reason your image is flipped or backwards or anything, you can use the transform values here, like rotation. And if it's a backwards, I think not that one, not that one. Yeah, this one. You make this negative whatever these values are. So negative 0.19, that'll flip it. And again, let's tighten this up a little bit. There it is. So I'm just scaling it down again. There we go. It's getting a lot sharper. Mine is backwards now. There we go. We can almost read the text. Actually, I don't even need that bounding box. We'll just do this. There we go. And then again, if it's not to the proportion you want, you can scale this. Or scale it this way. I don't know why I can never remember that. There we go. It's pretty cool. And then what's really cool is we can get into a little bit of volume here. So let me add a cube in. I'm going to go to side view. Here. And I don't know why, but your camera cannot be inside the cube if you want your volume to work. I'm still playing around with volume too, even though I use this all the time in another software. There's some weird quirks with this still I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so for volume, new material on your cube you just added, specular. So we're going to throw in a specular material. I don't want any roughness. I don't want any index or refraction. So leave that to 1. I think all this is fine. Add in a scattering medium. Plug that in here. This, I'm going to make that all the way bright. And I'll do the rest while rendering. Alright. So let me go to this camera. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the density to like 0.01. See what that looks like. Oh, wrong camera. Hold on, I don't want this camera. I want this camera. So render. And I'm going to hit Shift tilde. And that's a Blender option. That's not just an Octane thing. I'm going to pull back here. And check that out. We got like a little movie screen style projection going on. And what's really cool about this is make sure you're not in direct lighting. Make sure you're over here in path tracing. That way we actually get bounce and scatter of light and things like that. Put that to 3. Just limit my bounces a little bit. Try to clean up some of the hot pixels and noise. And say you have a monkey, and this monkey happens to come into your scene. Check that out. It's actually blocking the true projection, and it's affecting the volumetric rays here. You can see that right here. Super cool. All right, and as far as, whoa, yeah, we'll delete that. As far as CG Matters tutorial, the only thing I had really ever thought of this was when we project on a building or a house and do kind of a light show, things like that, or you know, you have a movie theater style scene. But wait, did I say CG shortcuts? Sorry, CG shortcuts. I'll link to the original video, but check this out. They had this really cool idea where you take your light and you go into Photoshop and you make this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this back to 1, and then I'm going to scale it down, and then I'm going to rotate it like this. I'm going to move it a little. And you can mess with this stuff forever. I'm going to scale this up a little bit because I kind of like a little bit of the blurry. And I'm going to bring in my Suzanne. And all I did was I put a Suzanne right here in the corner. And then I have a dumb little trim board right here. Because why not? And I want to go into this camera. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? I never thought to use it as like a lighting profile. That's super neat. We can scale it to kind of sharpen it up how we want it. And then we can scale just the image texture here to get the window as big as we want it in our scene. Move it up and down. Oop, if I was smart. Oh geez. Move it up and down. Move it over. There we go. Yeah, that's so cool. Such a cool effect. And you can use the volumetric on this too. That would be kind of cool if you had kind of like an off to the side shot. I shouldn't have deleted that cube, huh? Let's see what that looks like. Let's add it back in. Maybe I'll do a pop-up that says, don't delete your cube. Or you know what? Maybe I won't. That way you guys get practice in making stuff. Huh. New. Where'd it go? There it is. Not diffuse. Specular. And I deleted my output. So we definitely need a material output. Plug that in there. Add in your scatter. Scattering medium. Medium goes into the medium. No roughness. No index. All that's good. Turn your scattering way up. Turn this to like 0.1. And I don't remember if it works outside of, okay, it does. It does work outside of a camera. So there you go. And then if you actually had a real window here and light was coming in, you could apply this same cube and get volumetrics coming in the window, which I wasn't planning on doing. Let me hide these. Here, let's see if I can do that real quick. Let me scale this up here. Yeah, that'll work. And then let's just do a super quick window. There. And normally you wouldn't want all these edge loops going all over the place, but this is just a really quick, terrible example. You guys can do better stuff on your own time, if you want. I'll have some follow-along tutorials as well. Let's see. I'm going to pull this out here. Inset faces, eye. For some reason, individual origins. Eye. Nope, still not working. What am I doing wrong? Here, we'll just do this. And then we'll hit Shift R on all these other ones. And then grab them real quick. Delete the faces. And then let's just add in a daylight environment. Render. And the tricky thing is you can't be inside the cube. Let me just look real quick right here. Well, I can't do that. All right, I'll leave that for another tutorial. All right, actually no, we're not gonna do it another time. I'm gonna figure this out. So add your cube. And this is just for our room. So yeah, we'll put it like this. I'm gonna pull this out a little bit. And if you already deleted your window, my bad. I guess make it again. But I'm gonna go and do all the other little edges and stuff. Okay, here we go. And I don't want this camera here. I actually want a camera in here. And I'm gonna need Give it new camera. Set this to like 20 millimeter. And I'm hitting Shift tilde. If you don't know what tilde is, it's the key above your tab. All right, where am I? I'm talking. Here we go. All right. Whoa. All right, so apparently I'm not in the right camera. There I go. There. That's the camera I meant to do. We'll just delete that one. Okay, so with fog, add in a cube. I'm going to scale this up. Now, you cannot have your camera inside the fog or it will not work. And we're going to go over some more, like an actual fog volume tutorial coming up. This is just kind of a quick start. I've had a lot of people ask me about volumetrics and please do fog, and I'm going to, I promise. I just I want to get a good tutorial, that way you guys will like it, and I just want something that'll look cool. All right, so here's our cube. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new material, get rid of glossy, and we want a specular material. Don't delete your material output like I did. And actually, you guys should save. Save a lot. I have a terrible habit of never saving, and it usually sucks in the end for me because I crash and I lose work and it bums me out. But just save often and that will not happen to you. I'm just moving that window up a little bit. Okay. Where was I? All right, volume. So we don't want any roughness. Index, set that to 1. Enable fake shadows. And then add a scattering node. Scattering medium. Guess where that goes? In the medium. Crank up your scattering. Hit render. Ah, beautiful. All right, so it's probably super dense, and I'll put this to like 0.1. And I need to move my daylight. I need to rotate that around. So I don't know if I showed you guys this, but what you can do is you can hit shift, however you shift into it. I use spacebar, and then type in node. You go to the Octane node graph, and this looks crazy, but it's not. Go to the environment, and sun direction, actually. I want to be able to rotate this. So I need this node, I believe. There we go. Check this out. Nighttime. Daytime. So now I'm clicking and dragging and I'm actually moving around the sun in my scene. Yeah, super cool, right? Boom, here we go. And if you're wondering how I did that, I, again, hit search and type in, you can just type in this Octane node and it'll show the Octane node graph. And then if for some reason you don't see this in your environment, right click and it's under values and go to sun direction and just plug that into the very first little slot or little dot right there. And then you click and drag on this, and essentially you're moving your sun around. And you can get crazy fancy with this. Longitude, latitude, enter the exact time, day, and month, and get the sun exactly how you want it. But here you can see we've got a little bit of volumetric rays coming in, which is awesome. And it's fast. That's why I love Octane. It's so fast. Let's go 0.5. So I'm increasing the density, so it's going to lower the overall lighting in my scene. So I'm going to up the absorption and the scattering. That's still too much. I think 0.1 was pretty good. Let's see if I can grab this monkey. Here we go. And I want to move this in the path. Let's see. See if that casts any like God rays off of it. Oh no, what happened? That's interesting. I re-rendered. All I did was move this guy. And my fog kind of went away. I think my my world rotated. Well, I guess I can go in here and rotate this ball too. That's probably easier than going at the Octane node graph, but it's always cool showing you guys new stuff. I enjoy new things. There we go. And I believe I was thinking fake shadows actually gave me shadow detail when it came to scattering. I guess not. I'll have to double check where I was reading on the fake shadows. And I use Octane every day, but I never planned on making tutorials and stuff. So if I don't explain something properly, let me know. If you want more clarification on it, let me know, and I'll actually put in a little bit of research and time. I'm trying to make my tutorials better. I never planned on making tutorials. I just wanted to kind of help people get started when it came to Blender in general. And I had pretty much Andrew Price's tutorials and what is it, Gleb Alexandrov, his, when I first got started, and they helped me out a ton because I was at a company they wanted me to use 3ds Max, and oh my god, I do not like 3ds Max. Blender was pretty much my savior, but now I use Blender and Cinema on a daily basis. So yeah, so here's a really quick intro to Fog. We're going to do a lot more stuff with it, Fog, Volumetrics, whatever you want to call it, but just want to show you it's fast, and this is why I'm loving the new Octane build. Let's see, where's my samples? I should do a comparison. I should make the exact same scene in Cycles and the same scene in Octane and do some render comparisons. That'd be kind of cool. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. So if you don't mind, subscribe. That would help me out a lot. Lets me know you guys are interested and helps bump me up on the list when people are searching for Octane and Blender. So yeah, thanks for checking out the video, and I will have some new content very shortly. And I'll actually have an awesome feature that I haven't shown yet. I wanted to make you guys a little bit more familiar with the nodes before I show this next feature off. So it'll probably be out a day or so after I post this video. All right, thanks again for watching. See you guys later.